No, wonderful, Clive. And I mean, just to let's then sort of segue into the discussion about mentorship and leadership. And I mean, as you mentioned, there's that role of playing, the sort of, countering on the blind spots, etc. But maybe just sketch out for us mentorship, as you see it. And I know we've chatted a couple of times over the years and the importance of getting mentorship going, in the township economy and getting the small medium enterprises going, and especially in the student campuses, etc. And we, piloting our own little sort of mentorship program in the student success coach community. But just your take on mentorship and the importance of it. And I mean, as you say, there's a vast majority of people that are possibly not at that top level that you need to be to achieve that level of success, but mentorship can play a big role to help people get there and understand what they need to achieve. So just give us your thoughts and wisdom on mentorship in general.
So I think there was a survey done, about a year ago, or maybe a little bit before that, into probably 1,000 South African entrepreneurs. I think it was predominantly South African entrepreneurs. And they said, what are you missing the most? What do you miss the most that would help you build your business? Is it financial capital? Is it, relationship capital, which is networks? Or is it mentorship capital or human capital? And the two answers that came back was, one was mentorship and two was human capital. It wasn't about financial capital because they felt there was enough venture capital type of capital that are deployed into companies, but it was more about mentorship. They just felt there weren't enough mentors that could help them on their leadership journey. And it's, if I look back to my career, let me give you two examples of my career. When I was a little kid of 7 or 8, for me, I just was blessed with ability to sell. But I went into this clothes shop and I just saw this one guy who was, probably 4 or 5 times my age, and he was just doing unbelievable stuff. The guys were coming in for a pair of shoelaces and was selling them a suit, 3 pairs of shoes and everything else. And I couldn't sell a hanky. If there was a $1 hanky, I couldn't sell it. And I just asked him, and I don't know where I got this wisdom from, but I asked him, can I not just learn from you and see what you're doing that I'm doing differently or I'm doing wrong? And he just said to me, he said, Clive, I'm happy to do that, but just don't open your mouth. You keep your mouth shut, but just follow me for a few weeks and then let's see what happens. And I followed this guy in the shop and seeing exactly how he turned a shoelace guy into 3 suits and 3 shirts. And it was quite amazing. Literally 6 months down the line, I became the #1 salesperson in the organization. And that, to me, is what mentorship is. Mentorship is not necessarily telling you what to do, but it's people that have got the experience, that have got the wisdom, that have got the gray hair, and you can learn and watch them and learn what they do. And then when I was at Accenture, it was very important there. And again, I think it was by design. When everyone else, I was in my first year of Accenture, everyone else was writing code. I was already selling a multi-million rand deals. And that was because I had the sales experience from working 15 years probably 14 years in this clothes shop before I graduated and joined Accenture. But I had 3 mentors, and I specifically found these mentors. And, I didn't wait for them to ask me to become a mentor. I went and asked them, would they mentor me? And the one mentor was very much a sales mentor. The one mentor was very much a leadership mentor, and the one mentor was very much a people mentor. So, there's a lot of, I don't believe there's many people out there that can give you all the type of skills that you're looking for. So don't feel you need one mentor. It's about mentorship. Leadership is one mentor. Entrepreneurship is another mentor. There's different mentors for different things, because it's like playing football. I'm a big football fan. You can't be the goalie, the centre backs, the left wing, the midfielders, the forwards, and the referee and the coach. You're in one position. And so you got to get those best mentors that you can find, that you can, stand on the shoulder of giants that have become before you, because they're out there. The mentors are really out there. And I love what Peter's doing. I think it's absolutely critical for the future of this country, is that there are enough mentors. But think about what you need is different mentors for different things. And understand, a mentor is not a coach. It's not there to coach you or to tell you how well you're doing or how well you're not doing. A mentor there is to listen to you, understand what some of your challenges are, and just share their experience with you. At the end of the day, it's your decision what you want to do about it, but just to get the experience of other people that are ahead of you on the journey, that can tell you, they can see a bit, that maybe, you might have the blind spots they don't have. You don't see that pothole coming in front of you. You don't see that the road suddenly turning left or turning right, but they can see it. And not because they're brighter than you, they've just got more experience than you. So these 3 mentors that I had at Accenture taught me about everything to become, and I became like the youngest partner in Accenture. And I did that because, and I'll be honest with you, it was because of these mentors. And I really I didn't always like what they told me. I'll be perfectly honest. No one wants to be told the truth, but you have to be able to accept the truth. A mentor is not there to be your friend. A mentor is there to tell you and be candid with you and tell you what they need to tell you. And you need to be able to listen and hear it, make your own decision, but at least listen. And don't get defensive and not listen to it. Because if you can do that, I'll tell you something, the world's your oyster. Because there are mentors out there. There's people, in their 50s that maybe have retired, or great engineers, or great people from corporate, or great entrepreneurs. It doesn't matter. But they want to mentor people. I used to, when I had a bit more time, people would just send me an email or phone me and say, I'm looking for a mentor. I said, with pleasure. But unfortunately, my time, I'm so resource constrained now. I'm mentoring so many people that I actually don't have the time to take on any more people, which is unfortunate. But there's lots of Clives out there that I'm sure are prepared to do that. And most people I've spoken to of sort of my generation, they love to mentor people. And they don't want anything in return. If you're paying someone, they're not a mentor. That's not a mentor. That's a coach, or that's an advisor, or that's someone else. If they want money, they're probably not a mentor. They're probably not someone you should be surrounding yourself with, because they want to actually help you. They want to be there for you. They're not there for themselves to get equity in your company, or you have to pay them money, etc., etc. So that's my experience. I think it changed my life. I mentor all my companies now. I spend time with every one of them every week, mentoring them, not telling them what to do, not telling them how to do their business. I'm not an operator. They're the operators. But I'm just sharing my experience of some of the things I would think about and the questions I would ask or answer if I was in their shoes. So a great mentor knows how to ask the right questions. Not necessarily have all the right answers, because maybe it's too operationally involved, but they can at least ask you the right questions rather than having all the right answers.
Wonderful, Clive. Thank you so much. I love that insight about a mentor is not someone that you can actually pay, because that's something different. So that's a really great insight. And it was also so insightful what you're talking about there about different mentorship for different roles or aspects or areas of your life that you need support. So look, what we're doing is we're starting very small, just in our little student community. And as I say, we've got 5 mentors signed up, and Facebook actually has a little feature where you can sign up to become a mentor. And then people in the rest of the group can, request if they, can be mentored by that person.